え、なんか
I want to see my daughter again.
Poor woman. I can't imagine how she feels. I want to help, but I'm here to take the nanny's statement, and there are no words I can think of to ease Sonia's pain.
どこにいるんだ。こいつ違うでしょ。
How are you doing? Are you holding up?
You know, in the military, you're supposed to have the stiffest of upper lips. The Desert War taught me that soon enough. But this, it's difficult. Damned difficult. Harder on my good lady, of course.
Do you know where I can find Miss Moreau?
Her room is upstairs across the hall from Daisy's. She seldom leaves it.
I won't be long.
Take whatever time you need.
え、デイジーの部屋向かいって分かった。デイジーってこれじゃない。え、じゃあこれじゃん。どういうこと。あ、こっちか。
Leon, a toy train. Now here I am on a real one.
あ、あらららら。なでれないんかな。
Hello, are you Suzanne Moreau, Daisy's nanny?
Yes?
I'm Joanna Locke, a detective working on Daisy's case.
Is there any news?
I'm afraid not.
How can I help you?
I'm really sorry. I'm afraid I have to take your statement again concerning the evening of Daisy's disappearance. There was a computer problem. Your statement was accidentally deleted.
Of course. I want to help any way I can.
Tell me about that night in your own words.
The Armstrongs had a party to raise money for a museum, I think. Mrs. Armstrong is on her board. I was in charge of Daisy. I stayed with the little one all evening, playing with her and reading books to her. She couldn't sleep with all the noise and the comings and goings.
When did you notice Daisy was missing?
I was only gone 5 minutes to phone my mother. She's in the hospital. When I returned, Daisy wasn't in her bed. I thought she might have gone to look at the party, but then I saw the ransom note on her pillow. I screamed and screamed. I couldn't stop.
Did you notice anything unusual before that?
I was with Daisy all evening. Finally, she fell asleep. I didn't see anyone else or notice anything in particular.
Do you have any idea who did this?
No! I can't see who could have done such a horrible thing. The Armstrongs are such good people. Like my own family.
Thank you for giving me your statement again. I'll get back to you if I have any questions.
I won't be far.
Okay, I have Suzanne's statement, but her answers need some checking.
Ms. Morrow 誰やねん。Ms. あ、電話の話なんてしてた。
Nothing shocks me here.
Huh?
This information does not correspond to what Suzanne told me. Suzanne said she left Daisy alone for 5 minutes, but Mrs. Armstrong says she stayed with Daisy for a while and Suzanne did not return. That's it. No rookie mistake there.
ちょっとまでわからん。まだある。
Everything looks okay here. That's it. No rookie mistake there.
何が起きてるの？確かに操作してるのは私なんです。もう一回こいつに。
Mrs. Armstrong? Let me show you this.
Daisy, my little Daisy. I miss her so much. How good it is to see her face.
I can't imagine the pain you're feeling right now.
She loved her little stuffed animal, Fluffy. She took him everywhere with her. The kidnappers took it as well. They didn't have to. That means they wouldn't hurt her, doesn't it?
Every lead will be followed up. You have my word on that.
Thank you. I shouldn't lose hope. Somehow.
I know it isn't my case, but I just made a promise, and I mean to keep it. Do you know where I can find Miss Moreau?
She's in her room. Last door on the left.
Tell me about the night Daisy was taken, especially anything about your daughter and Suzanne Moreau.
Apart from seeing to our guests, I took a moment to check on Suzanne and Daisy in Daisy's room. Suzanne wasn't there, but Daisy was asleep. I sat with her for 10 minutes or so. Suzanne didn't return while I was there, but there's no reason for her to sit there all night when Daisy is asleep. I went back downstairs.
May I come back if I have more questions?
Of course. Anything I can do.
Okay, the stories
Anything
Sonia and
I
Suzanne
can
tell
do.
don't match. I should recheck my file and track Suzanne's movement. That is not exactly what Suzanne told me earlier. Suzanne was on the phone more than 5 minutes. That is a great detective job. Do you know where I can
あ、間違
find...
えて。
The world through the eyes of a child seems so sweet.
Let's go. あれ？
If I understand you correctly, you left Daisy when she was not asleep?
The party was very loud. Daisy was too wound up to sleep. I read her a Motley Mule detective story to try and put her to sleep. Daisy finally fell asleep. Right before Motley Mule solved his case in the book I was reading her. I had to make a quick phone call. No more than 5 minutes. But when I came back, Daisy was gone.
Are you sure you were only gone for 5 minutes?
5, 6, what does it matter?
怒っ
It
てる
was very quick.
You say you were only away 5 or 6 minutes, but Mrs. Armstrong says she was alone there more like 10 minutes. And the phone record shows that you stayed on the call for more than 30 minutes, way longer than you said.
My mother is extremely ill. It's difficult for me. I may have lost track of time. When I came back, Daisy had disappeared. It must have been a coincidence.
You have to be precise, Suzanne. A little girl's life is at stake.
Why are you doing this? I didn't do anything wrong. I would never hurt Daisy.
I need to check Suzanne's story. She's panicked. I should see if the Armstrongs can confirm what Suzanne told me.
なんかちょっと私調べるの時系列おかしくなってるよね、どう見ても。
I spoke with Suzanne. She was phoning her mother. That's why you didn't see her when you went to check on Daisy.
Yes, her mother. I tried to call the poor woman earlier that week, but the hospital said she's been in a medically induced coma for more than 2 months.
なんだっ
Suzanne told
て
me she called her mother, but she would have known her mother was in a coma.
おお、嘘つき女がいるぞ。捕まえろ。これはすぐにやんなきゃいけないってことね。ちょっと待ってよ。覚えてねえよ。どれで見れるんですかね。事件資料とかってもう見れない感じ。事件資料。もう見せてもらえないんですか？常に自分でメモれみたいな。ヒントっていうのか別にそれ開かしてくれたらいいんやけど。なんで？ひどいじゃん。口ひげとかはよくてさ。ちょっと待ってよ。そんなひどい話ないよ。ひどいよ。あ、できました、できました。これね、ビビるわ。2140。
The detective gets it right.
The number you have called is not in service at this time. Please hang up and dial again, or contact your service provider.
The number Suzanne called is not in service?
いや、もう捨
A
てたんでしょ。
hospital?
捨てたんだよ、犯人だ。ほ？これなんか変？
No, I did
そう
something
だよ
wrong.
ね。最初に取ってかけてこっか。
Hey, I'm a pretty good detective after all. The kidnapper places a ladder under the window to Daisy's room. Then he joins the party, just one guest in the crowd. He somehow knows when Suzanne leaves the room, then sneaks upstairs. He opens Daisy's window, carries her down the ladder, and vanishes. Did you see Miss Moreau during the party?
I remember seeing her at some point, but otherwise no. I was too busy with my guests. Wear the smile, shake the proffered hand.
握手したりしていたよ。
Ms. Moreau told me she called her mother.
Well, why not? I believe they are very close, and the poor woman is not well. She needs some experimental treatment that isn't available yet in France.
I won't be long.
Take whatever.
なんだって？ いいよ、あいつは捕まえたらいいんじゃないの。
The number you called that night is no longer in service.
I don't understand. That's
I
the
don't
number the
understand.
hospital gave me to call my mother's room.
You told me you were on the phone with your mother when Daisy was abducted.
As we said earlier, I didn't pay attention and was on the phone longer than I said. But since my mother is very ill, she had to leave her hometown, Lyon, because the treatment is not
Lyon.
approved yet
どこ
in
ですか？
France. She is in an hospital in Boston for a special treatment. I call her every night to check on her. When I came back, Daisy was gone. I'll never forgive myself.
Are you sure you called your mother?
Yes, every night since she was admitted in December.
お母さん偽物ってこと？
Suzanne, I think you really care for Daisy. If you do, then tell me the truth. You can't have been calling your mother while she's in a coma.
My mom really is in a hospital in Boston. She really is in a coma. I wasn't calling her. I was on the phone with my boyfriend.
ええ
Why lie about it? Why are you panicking?
Because he's gone. I haven't heard from him since the night of the kidnapping. I'm afraid he's somehow connected to Daisy's
言え
disappearance.
よ。バカかこいつは。
He was just using me somehow. But I swear I talked to him. Yes, for more like 30 minutes that night.
利用
So
されてます。
he couldn't have kidnapped Daisy at the same time we were talking.
But he could have kept you
チーム戦だ。
talking so someone else could take Daisy.
Yes, you can see why I lied. Can't you? I was afraid you'd suspect me of having something to do with it. You can understand that, can't you?
Suzanne, I want to believe you. But
No.
you've made it harder to find Daisy. Do you realize that?
Oh my god. What have I done?
What's
いいんだ
most
よ。
important is not what you've done, but what you do now. Go. I'll be back to talk to you. No more
早く
lies,
彼氏呼べ
Suzanne.
よ。
For Daisy. No more lies.
No more lies.
Noah. The name might lead us to that little girl. I am on this case now. Whether my captain
Biohazard
wants me to
みたい
be
な
or
花やな。
not. A card from the florist. It's signed N.
あごめんなさい、間違えました。なんかかかと痛いわ、足の。
Huh.
はあ、
Huh.
何？え、はあって何？どういうこと？
What's in my glass case? Oh, big surprise. Glasses.
何遊んでんの？
I expect Suzanne must have gone through a lot of tissues these past weeks.
あ、間違えました。
An Eiffel Tower keychain, but no key. Small jewelry box. By the size, I'm guessing earrings. Why put a key in a jewelry box?
「全部調べさせられる」
That doesn't work.
ということで違うってこと 猫消えた。え、あの鍵で開くはず。でも詮索するは終わってる。
Any idea what this small key unlocks?
No, I found it one day on the floor. I kept it in case someone lost it.
I imagine these flowers must have been beautiful. Who gave them to you?
The gardener. They're getting pretty wilted, but I hate to throw them away.
Tell me about your boyfriend. Have you been together long?
My boyfriend? Why? He doesn't have anything to do with this.
Please, Suzanne, the sooner you answer my question, the sooner we'll be done.
His name is Noah Garrity. I met him at a Lunar New Year party in Great Barrington. He is a kind and caring person, although, well, I miss him. He had to go away on business. He should be back.
Their fairy tale became a nightmare. Know anything about Miss Moreau's boyfriend?
Her boyfriend? I know she went out with someone for a while there. More recently, I saw a man in a 4x4 who would pick her up on her nights off. He never got out of his car, just waited for her. She did seem to spend more time than usual on the phone these past few weeks, but she worked hard. We weren't going to begrudge her what free time she had. Since the abduction, she keeps pretty much to herself.
I won't be long. These tire tracks could well be from Suzanne's boyfriend's 4x4. The detective gets it right. Can you tell me anything about Suzanne's boyfriend?
I know she dated our chauffeur for a while. There was someone else she'd met recently, but I don't recall his name.
猫こっち来てるよ。終わった操作が。
That does. That. Okay, Suzanne. Let's see what you haven't told me.
嘘つき女です。
I can see why Suzanne didn't tell me everything about this, Noah. It's clear when he disappeared that she realized something was very wrong. Tread marks of a four-wheel drive vehicle were found outside the garden on the night of the kidnapping. Noah drives one, doesn't he? Where is he, Suzanne? If you know anything more about him, you have to tell me.
I know what you're thinking, but it's impossible. He was very nice to me. He never did anything to make me suspicious. We went out to eat, to the movies. Just like a normal couple. He's not the only man in the Berkshires who drives that kind of car.
It says detective on your badge. Prove she's lying.
違うの。
You
怪し
really
いサ
didn't
ブリだっ
notice
た。
anything strange about Noah until he vanished?
He could get moody at times, as if he had a lot on his mind.
In your diary, you say that Noah took you to a cabin in the mountains on Valentine's Day.
You read my diary?
I'm sorry, but we have to find Daisy. We both want that. So yes, I looked in your diary.
You're right. He took me to a cabin in the woods. I waited for him in the car. He came out after a few minutes. He was very sweet and apologetic, but he never explained. We went back to the restaurant for dessert.
Did you ever go back to the cabin with him?
No, never.
So what made Noah drive all the way to a cabin in the middle of nowhere? He left her in the car.
また
Why
見
was
つ
he
いて戻っ
there?
た。
This is important. I know it is. I can use Suzanne's directions to the cabin and compare them to the map of the area I have in my car.
できるかな、私に。こっち側に回る習慣がないよね。
Thanks to the information Suzanne gave me, I should be able to find the cabin on this map.
マッチ。これってことマッチ。マジこれってこと？二つの橋を木々を抜けながら、トウモロコシ畑ってこれってこと？はあ、ちょっと、そのむちゃくちゃだよ。あ、でもこう行ってこうか。左手、違うな。左手。街を出て、1、2、左手にトウモロコシ畑。
That can't be the right place. I got it. The cabin has to be here. I have to find that cabin. I hope I'm not too late.
見てる上、見て、右上。めっちゃ見てる。誰？怖い。